How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of Upbuild. So on this one, we've mentioned on the last, I think, episode or so, we've bought some new parts. So the new bits we've got are just here, which I'm going to show you quickly. So we've got a new floor for the other side. That one there. So I'll show you a bit better, a bit more detail later. It's from M Machine. And we've got a new real floor welder, which we're going to stick on. We've got that.
Yeah, we've got the new sill and all here, but to go onto the other side, which you can see there's 4 flutes on this side, where the other one has 6 flutes on.
Yeah, we'll replace that. We'll chat a bit more about it later. You'll see what we're doing. We already had there were rear window inserts, so just to make the rear window a bit smaller. And what we have got is, I'll just show you briefly. I'll show you a bit later. But we've got a template for the back for the rear window. So anyway, that's what we've got in there, the new bits. So that's what we're going to be doing next: the floor, the window, and all the other little bits that come along with it. So I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's about it. You've seen most of it really done on the other side, so this side should be a little bit quicker down this side.
So we'll crack on with that now. Hope you enjoy. I'll just explain what we're doing here. So we've just started bracing it all up, stiffening all up, getting it all nice and stiff, so when we take out the floor at the other side, nothing moves and nothing twists or goes out of shape. So obviously with all that bracing in, that'll keep the shell nice and strong, and we can start taking the floor out now. So I've got a couple more bars just to go on the back here. Put those 2 bars in, and then we can spin it over and start cutting that floor at the other side to get the new panel in. So we'll crack on with that. Right, let's spin it over and get that floor ripped out.
Right.
Right then, so before we cut this floor off, we have this little section at the back here, which is where the subframe mounts to. So these 2 holes are really important. So we need to make sure that when we cut everything off, we've got something as a reference point as to where these holes belong. So you can see at the minute it's quite rotten. So there's quite a bit to go on here in this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a new patch in here, solid patch, as you'll see in a minute. And then I can use that piece then to tack a little jig on to give us a bit of a datum point for where these holes are. This is the new panel for that area. That's the new panel. It's called the heel panel. That basically goes in there. And so those 2 holes in that panel have to sit exactly where they are at the moment. So you'll see how that works and how we do that. So oops, we'll carry on with that bit. Right then, there we go. So that area's all nice and solid now, fresh metal, all tied in nicely, ready for when we're going to attach our little jig on here just for to locate these two holes. So we'll carry on with that bit and get it welded on. Then we can get the floor cut off. That's great. Really pleased with that. We'll crack on. Right then, so I just want to kind of explain a bit more in detail what we're doing here with this bit. So we've repaired all the rusty panels in here where we're going to be using as a mounting point for our little jig, which we've made for here, just so we've got a datum point for these holes. So like I was saying, that's the new panel that's going to go on here, the heel board like that, and obviously where that goes on, those holes have to be in exactly the right place for the subframe mount to bolt back onto. So we've made this little jig, so I'm just showing you basically what we've made here. This piece on the front of here, that's literally just to weld on here, but we're checking it on the new panel. So as you can see, that's the two bolt holes on the back. They're going to be inside the sill obviously in here, so that's going to sit like that. And then obviously we've got a couple of bolts through, that fits perfectly. So you can see those bolts fit on there nicely. Get you sort of zoomed in. So you can see that's just a little spacer washer in there in the corner because it's tight at the corner where that bolt has to go through. So we'll take that off the new panel and we'll put it on the car now. Then we can cut this piece out. So we'll crack on with that. I show you what oversills are covering up. That's an oversill. Oversills are wider, so sills should only look that's the oversill, that's a proper sill. The oversill goes further, which just covers up all the rust. So you can see there now, there's the original sill, which only goes up to there, which is literally still on the car, so it's literally just been covered up. So you can see that's how it should be, and there's what's left of the old one. and someone's come along at some point and put oversills on top of the rust.
Buried everything.
There you go. 28th the 1st 02. I'd imagine that's the date and that's the panel. Was made probably. There we go. Interesting. Yeah. Right then, so we've got that cleaned off a good way now, as you've seen. Put the wire wheel through it a bit, and we've cleaned off the edges of the old floor underneath. That was them bits off, and we've just trial fitted one new floor. So as you can see, the new floor is just sat on. So if I just show you along that edge, you can see why we've left that old step in underneath there. This one here, we've left the old step in, and just it leaves that part on so we can line the edge of the new, so we can line the new floor up against that old doorstep edge. It kind of gives you a bit of a shot of it there. And then when all that fits on nicely, so it's to come back off again, what we'll do is we'll pure rust the underside, pure rust all underneath the cross member, in the back of where we've cut the old floor out, all them spot welds. Or they'll become plug welds now. And we've got obviously the heel panel to put on the back here. There is a little bit of tweaking there, so that you can see where we've made this little support for the subframe mounts. The new floor's really tight to it, it's actually touching it. So the new floor is a bit that needs adjustment, because this obviously has the right location for the subframe mount. Right then, so that's another really good full day's graft on the Mini there. So we're kind of getting a good bit done. We're hoping to get a little bit more done, but obviously you can see there's a massive amount of preparing work and sort of getting the area ready for the floor to go on. We're getting loads done, so I'll work the floor off, and I'll show you. Some of you eagle eyes will have noticed there's 4 flutes on there. I'll explain that for anybody who doesn't know what that means. It's to do with Mark 1, being a Mark 1. But yeah, so that's all that area more or less cleaned off. We've got a couple of little bits and pieces, but you know, we'll get all that in the next episode and get that floor on and the heel board at this side and, like I say, all the other little bits and pieces. But I think that's pretty good. We've done pretty well, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we've done very well, and we'd just like to thank all you ladies and gentlemen for all the nice comments you've made. It's been absolutely fantastic, you know, and we really look forward to reading them and that and going through them. And yes, very good, very good.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic. It's been great. I don't want to get all mushy or anything, but it's just been fantastic though, reading them. Really, like, genuinely do really appreciate all them comments. It's like it like helps massively when you put so much work in and people like enjoy watching it, you know. It's really good.
Yeah, keep the thumbs coming up.
Yeah,
that's what I like to say. Plenty thumbs up.
Give us a thumb
very
up
good.
if you enjoyed it. That's fantastic. But if you're new to the channel, or even if you haven't subscribed already, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll really appreciate that. And there's plenty more work to come. We'll keep sort of videoing it and bringing it to you. But I think that's probably it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, for the day, we've had a long day of the day and we've enjoyed it.
It's been great.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see you all on the next one. Take care.
Very good.